What's up?
Not much, Ellie. I was coming through to give Sayori something for Valentine's, but then I remembered that you guys were neighbors. Which means I can give this to you now.
She handed me 2 boxes of what seemed to be chocolates.
One of those boxes is for Yuri, so don't go eating them all by yourself, okay?
Oh, alright. I smiled. Thanks, Monika. I, don't have anything I can give you.
That's alright. I did give it to you so I could get something in return.
Oh, well, thank you. She smiled and nodded.
Anyway, I'm gonna get out of your hair. Give Sayori her cookies.
She turned to leave, but stopped.
And hey, open the chocolates addressed to you as soon as you can, okay?
I nodded. Alright.
Thanks.
She turned around and walked off. I shut the door behind her. That's a little ominous. That was strange. I exhaled slowly and looked over the chocolates in my hands. One had Yuri, and the other had my name. I set Yuri's box on the nearby counter and held my own. While Yuri's was a heart, mine was a plain white box. Subtle. I was about to open mine before I was interrupted by a knock on my door. I set it down on the counter, right next to Yuri's. I flung open the door. There she is. She raised an eyebrow. Don't worry about it. I smiled. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Happy Valentine's Day.
She smiled and handed me a heart-shaped box of chocolates. Oh, thank you. I gave her a kiss on the cheek and set my chocolates on the counter, next to the other boxes, and the box I got for Yuri. Speaking of, I grabbed that box and handed it off.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to.
But I wanted to, which is my explanation for a lot of things. So just take them.
Well, all right.
She took off the bow and opened the box of chocolates. Try one.
That was the plan, hon.
Okay, just making sure. She took a chocolate and put it in her mouth.
Coconut?
I nodded.
How did you know
You smell like coconut every single day of your life. She chuckled nervously. Every time we go on dates, you try to order pina colada ice cream. And don't think I didn't notice that you put small bottles of coconut body wash in my bathroom drawers. It's pretty safe to say that you like coconut.
So I do.
So I just went with my gut and got you some coconut chocolates. Do you like them?
They're lovely. Thank you.
I nodded. Of course. And thank you for the chocolates you got me. I'll open them later, but for now we have something to do. And I want to get there before the raccoons reach it.
The what?
Don't worry about it. You ready to get going?
I guess. Why are there going to be raccoons?
There won't be, if we get there quick enough. Come on, you'll like it. I grabbed her hand and began to pull her along.
Okay. I'll trust you on this one.
Good. I dragged us outside, locked the door, and began the walk to the park. That park.
Oh, this is why you mentioned the raccoons.
Close, but we're not there yet.
All right, lead the way. Oh, we're going there.
I nodded.
But that's where...
I know, but hopefully this will bring the happier memories back. Back when it was the place to read your books, and you showed it to me in confidence. We can go back, just for a day. I smiled.
Oh, all right. Lead the way. A nostalgic one.
I chuckled, and she giggled. And there we were.
So what do you plan on doing here?
Oh, nothing, I muttered and reached into a nearby bush. I pulled out a basket that was left inside. It was perfect. It had a flannel blanket inside and everything. We're going to have a picnic.
We are?
Well, that's exactly the reaction I was hoping for. Thanks for delivering.
Are you kidding? I've wanted to go on a picnic with a boy I loved ever since I was a little girl. It's just always seemed so romantic.
Perfect. I brought the basket over, took out the blanket, and folded it out. We both sat down, and I pulled over the basket. Words.
So this is why you were worried about raccoons.
She teased. I nodded, smiling. Can't blame me, right? She nodded.
Indeed.
I opened up the basket and pulled out 2 sandwiches. I made peanut butter and jelly.
Wait, Ellie,
I made yours with almond butter, I said, and handed her a sandwich I had labeled. I didn't want to risk anything or making anything with meat, so I did the tried and true method of, well, making something from when we were kids. Who doesn't enjoy peanut butter and jelly? As I rambled on, she began to slowly smile. Because I think, why are you...
You remembered.
Remembered what?
You remembered that I was allergic to peanuts.
Oh yeah, why wouldn't I? She then puts us in a passionate lip lock. Initially, I was surprised, but of course I leaned into it. Man, this will never get old. I could be 60 years old, and I'm sure I'll still adore kissing her. She split it off, whistling as she did.
Sorry, I had to get that out of my system.
Yuri, if I ever demand an apology for you making out with me, there are plenty of knives in the kitchen. I'd want you to kill me. She giggled.
You got it, hon.
She unwrapped her sandwich and took a bite. I did the same. I gotta say, my best work yet. Peanut butter and jelly, the most basic of foods, and it's your best work. Oh, shoot, I muttered, mouthful. I reached into the basket and pulled out a bottle of wine. This is one I got from my father's collection. Don't tell him.
You don't have to worry, I'm no snitch.
She chuckled like a mature old woman.
But I'm surprised I'm surprised you got wine for this.
Of course. You said you liked wine, so I would have been a criminal not to grab some. I looked at the bottle. Red in color, I read the label. Some Zinfandel.
Oh, Zinfandel. I can't say I've ever had that one before.
Well, you want to give it a try? I pulled out 2 glasses and a cork puller. The screwy thing. I stuck it in the cork and slowly twisted. Is it called an unstopper? I think it is. Upon spending enough time and crying a few manly tears, I popped the cork out. Some wine flowed out, but I held it over the glass until it calmed down. When it did, I poured 2 glasses and handed one off to my beautiful girlfriend. I don't actually know if Zinfandel is the kind of wine that froths out when you pop it, or if all wines even do that.
Thank you.
She took a sip. She swirled it around her mouth for a few moments, and then swallowed, smiling afterwards.
It's really good. Try it.
I stared lovingly at the medium red liquid in my glass. It was deep, but not too deep. Reminded me of a twisted version of cranberry juice. Bottoms up, I muttered and brought it to my lips.
Wait, Hallie,
I took a large swig of the stuff. That's not how you drink wine. Ugh! I cringed, my face contorting in every way, shape, and form.
Zinfandel is a rather strong blend, Hallie. And you shouldn't gulp one or wine like that anyway.
She giggled at my pain. Good to know. I coughed, the fiery flavor still coating my throat. Jesus Christ.
This time, take a smaller sip.
Good idea, babe. They ought to give you a Nobel Prize. I shook my head and brought the glass to my lips again. Going against my instinct, I took a small sip. That's pretty good. It's flowery, but there's also a rather large presence of berries. It was like a spicy fruit punch.
So?
It's not bad. She clapped her hands together and bounced in place.
Yes, I'm so glad you like it.
She didn't stop herself from feeling joy. She was excited for something and she didn't get embarrassed. I smiled and held out my glass. To us. I love you, Yuri.
I love you too.
She clinked her glass with mine and we both silently made our own vow. The vow between 2 people. 2 people that love each other. That lasts to the end of time. I had dropped Yuri off at her place and was finally arriving back at my own. What a fulfilling day. What a fun day. I smiled and unlocked my door. Ah, I smiled, feeling the heat. I had turned it on before I left the house. I wasn't the one paying the heating bill. Why should I care? I got to be warm, and that was all that mattered. I took off my sweater and set it on a bar stool, after which I noticed the things left on the counter. Oh yeah, the chocolates Monika got for us. Open the chocolates addressed to you as soon as you can, okay? Crap. I shook my head and grabbed the white box. I took off the top, which revealed a handwritten note. Dear Fry?
Dear Fry, our time together was short, but it was the best time of my life. I just want to let you know that I'm moving on, for real, this time. I'm sorry to keep drudging it up and preventing you from enjoying your time with Yuri, but I feel it needs to be said. I wish you the best, Monika.
Did she quote Futurama? Wait, no, you drill bit, focus. She wrote this note to tell you that she was moving on. That's good. This is good. It seems very odd for Monika to put a meme in a note of this sort. Ah, damn it. Why couldn't she have just said this in person? I could have apologized. Probably. But now that she's long gone from my house, plus it's late, it'll just be weird and awkward if I were to try now. I massaged my nose. Well, I'll just take this as a good thing. A good thing! I set the note on the counter and took one of the chocolates. Might as well. Caramel. Nice. In before Monica's like freaking out because he didn't send a response to her. Calling out to you is Chapter 9. And then, in what felt like the blink of an eye, it was May. 5 months since I started dating Yuri. If we want to be specific, it was the 14th of May. Now, why does this day matter? That's 2 days after Tiff's birthday. May 14th is Yuri's birthday. Oh, and it's Yuri's birthday in this mod. I woke up panicked. Crap, crap. What time is it? Why didn't my alarm go off? These thoughts ran through my head as I grabbed my cell phone off the nightstand. Goddamn son of a bitch! Clenching my fists and restraining myself from throwing my phone at the nearest solid object, I checked the outlet. Of course, unplugged. I grabbed the cord and got out of bed, walking towards my desk. I plugged the phone in an outlet nearby and sat in my desk chair. Opening up my laptop, I sighed. I need an actual alarm clock. I can't rely on that piece of junk anymore. When my laptop booted up, I checked the time. Gasp! 14:25? I set my alarm for 8! Good God, dude, what... When did you go to bed, and how did you sleep that long? I pressed the power button on my phone. Dead, but charging. I pressed it again. Dead, but charging. I pressed... Oh, I'm getting nowhere. I'm just gonna go... We're gonna have to wait. If Yuri doesn't break up with me for forgetting her birthday until then... I shook my head. She wouldn't. Hell, knowing Yuri, she probably expects people to forget her birthday. But even then, I don't want her to expect that. I have a gift for her, along with a whole date planned. An important date. I pressed the power button. Finally! I scrolled through my notifications. Average stuff, but no text from Yuri. She probably didn't want to bother me. I chuckled. Even when it's her goddamn birthday. I ran a hand through my hair and clicked the phone application. I clicked on Yuri's contact and it rang.
Hello?
Hey, Yuri. Sorry I'm calling you so late. My alarm didn't go off and I, didn't exactly sleep very well last night. Who knew that setting up a huge day between you and your girlfriend could be so stressful? But I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Wait, what do you mean happy birthday?
Did I?
Hold on, it is my birthday, isn't it?
She giggled. Oh, she was being coy. For a second I thought it was Monika's birthday or something.
Thank you, Hallie. I'm very happy that you remembered.
I don't think I would forgive myself if I didn't. Oh, but then again, if it was Monika's birthday, it would have been in September, so... We both laughed. Anyhow, I hope you're ready for a good time. I have some stuff planned, so see if you can get here by 17 o'clock. If you can, at least. You can, right?
Oh, of course. I didn't really have anything planned today.
Good, because I do.
Wonderful,
she said, not a hint of sarcasm in her voice. Anyway, I'll see you when you get here. I have some stuff I need to work on before then. I love you, babe.
I love you too, hon.
See ya.
Farewell.
I hung up the phone. Let's rock and roll. I stood up from my desk and reached under my bed. I felt around for a small box, and when I found it, I brought it out. It was a matte black rectangle-shaped container. I opened it up, checked the contents, and closed it again. Sweet. Now, where's the wrapping paper? Damn, this show is really boring. Why do we still pay for cable, rather? I sighed. Hurry up, Yuri. I want to go to the place already. Yuri! I sat still, turned to face the front door, and waited impatiently for Yuri's show up at the perfect time. Deus Ex Machina. Damn it! I turned my attention back to the television set. Still boring. My phone is still charging, so I can't go use it. Why did I give myself such a... Knock, knock. I shut off the TV and quickly stood up. Finally. I opened up the door, and there she was. As beautiful as ever. She giggled and thanked me.
But you're not so sad or shabby yourself, you know.
I blushed and smiled. Happy birthday, Yuri. I gave her a kiss and kept the smile. Would you like your present?
You didn't have to get me anything.
Nonsense. I hope she doesn't do that every time. I will continue to buy her gifts and she has no say in that. I love you, so I got you something special. And I have a day out planned too. So get used to being spoiled today.
Well, alright then. Let's see it.
See what? Oh, right. She giggled. I grabbed the present off the kitchen counter and walked back to Yuri. Here. It was wrapped in Christmas wrapping paper. Don't judge me, I didn't have birthday paper. Excited anyway, Yuri tore into the wrapping paper. I know that feel. She looked at the black container with curiosity. Upon opening up the box, she smiled.
You remembered I liked the knives.
I sure did, but...
Hmm?
Read the writing on it.
Writing? What writing?
She picked up the knife and searched around. It's on the blade, I whispered.
Oh.
She flipped the blade open, and upon reading the inscription, she smiled.
Hallie.
She closed the blade, gave me a peck on the lips, and hugged me. Tightly.
Thank you, Hallie.
So you like it?
I adore it.
She kissed me on the ear and then pulled back.
This gift really means a lot to me.
Well, I'm glad. And hopefully the other thing I have planned will mean just as much.
Oh.
I nodded. You'll like it, I promise. Though, would you like to go now or later?
I'd rather we go now, if that's okay. It's already 16 o'clock, so I wish to get going before it gets dark.
Sounds good. Now, it is a little bit of a bus ride, but I promise it's going to be worth it. Plus, I'll actually be on the lookout this time, so... She sighed.
Very well.
I'm sorry, but I promise, cross my heart, you'll like it.
I never said I wasn't still excited.
I internally sighed in relief. Great. I waved Yuri out the door and felt my pockets. Wallet, keys... Oh, right. Sorry, I'll be right back. I walked upstairs and into my bedroom, where I grabbed my phone off my desk. 60%. Not bad. I left my bedroom. Ready to rock and roll? Yuri nodded and we walked outside together. I locked the door behind us and we began our journey to the nearest bus stop, which was like 5 minutes away. So it wasn't too much of a journey. But the actual bus ride would be 45 minutes. I internally strapped myself in. Get a seat, I'm telling you. See, there's seats. After 8 years, I finally saw our destination in the distance. I smiled. Hey, Yuri! I nodded my head towards the window. Upon noticing what I was doing, she took a curious glance out of it.
Hallie, is that...
Sure is.
You...
She sniffled and her eyes turned glossy.
You remembered?
I've sure been doing that a lot recently. It's almost like I love you and care about the things you say. She laughed. I smiled wide. I loved her laugh. She leaned her head into my shoulder and kissed it.
I love you.
She whispered and giggled like a little girl. I love you too. And I hope you're excited.
Of course I am. I haven't been there in so long.
Our destination? The carnival! Oh yeah. That was like 2 weeks ago for me. Though we weren't there just yet. First we had to, well, get in, which was as easy as walking up to the booth and paying. Which I did. The kid at the ticket booth handed me a piece of paper and I looked it over. This slip of paper grants access to any and all rides/attractions. Not included game booths. Also included 1 free drink and meal at any food booth. Thank you for visiting. I had paid extra for a free meal. And this slip of paper was straightforward, yes, but... Isn't there usually a wristband or something? I asked. The response I received made sense. The guy that was supposed to order the wristbands didn't, so we had to rush to print these slips of paper. We weren't the only ones with the pieces of paper I was able to observe. Though the man told us not to lose them because he couldn't spare any extras. Which is unfortunate, but it just meant that we had to be careful. I folded my paper and put it in my pocket. Yuri put hers in her purse. And we finally walked past the gate and into the carnival.